Ever wonder how a single piece of paper scribbled on by one of history's greatest minds could literally yank humanity back from the very edge of an unthinkable disaster? Picture a world teetering, a scientific fuse just waiting to be lit. What if that unassuming letter, almost an afterthought, held the power to change everything? Let's cast our minds back to the summer of 1939, August 2nd to be exact. Europe was already holding its breath, a thick, suffocating tension hanging in the air. We all know the storm that was brewing there, right? War. But in the hushed, almost sacred spaces of scientific labs, another even more profound kind of storm was gathering. This wasn't about armies or borders, it was about the very fabric of reality, the atom. Now, for centuries, pretty much everyone thought atoms were these tiny, unbreakable little marbles. You know, the fundamental building blocks of everything around us, just zipping around, impossible to crack. That was the accepted truth, the foundation of our understanding. But then a few brilliant minds, folks like Lise Meitner and Otto Hahn, they started chipping away at that truth. And what they found, it wasn't just chipping, they shattered it. They stumbled upon something mind-boggling, something revolutionary: fission. Imagine this, you take certain heavy atoms, say like uranium, and if you hit them just right, they don't simply split apart. Oh no, they explode. And when they explode, they don't just release an enormous, truly staggering amount of energy. Even more critically, they release more neutrons. Think of it like a wild runaway chain reaction. Picture a single domino falling, but instead of just knocking over one other, it suddenly multiplies itself, sending out a whole cascade of new dominoes, creating an unstoppable, ever-growing wave of energy. It's like discovering that you can take a fragile glass sphere, give it a tap, and watch it shatter into 1,000 tiny energetic pieces, each one a mini explosion, triggering yet more explosions. It was a discovery that promised unimaginable power. And with power, of course, comes unimaginable danger. Now picture Leo Szilard, a brilliant Hungarian physicist, a man with a mind always churning. He's standing in the shower one morning, probably just trying to wake up, letting the water run over him, and then suddenly it hits him. Not just a thought, but a chilling, electrifying bolt of realization. If this atomic chain reaction, this incredible force, could be harnessed, well, it wouldn't just be a fantastic new energy source, would it? No. It could be a weapon of such terrifying destructive power that it could wipe entire cities off the map, just gone. The sheer scale of it, the apocalyptic potential, must have made his blood run cold. And what truly, deeply terrified him even more, what made his heart pound with a frantic, desperate rhythm, was the chilling thought of who might get their hands on this monstrosity first: Nazi Germany. Think about it. Their regime was already a monstrous, terrifying force fueled by an insatiable hunger for power, conquest, and unimaginable cruelty. The idea of them wielding such a cataclysmic tool, it was a nightmare beyond anything you could possibly comprehend. It was a future humanity simply couldn't afford to see. Szilard knew, with every fiber of his being, that he had to act. But here's the thing, he was a brilliant scientist, yes, a visionary, but he wasn't a political heavyweight. He didn't have the clout, the global recognition, the kind of voice that resonated in the halls of power. He needed a name that commanded immediate respect, that made people sit up and listen, and who in that tumultuous time fit that description better than anyone else on earth. Enter Albert Einstein, the one and only. The man whose very name was and still is synonymous with genius. The architect of E=mc². The genius who had, in a way, already unlocked the universe's energy secrets, even if he hadn't directly foreseen nuclear weapons. He was a beacon of intellectual light, a moral compass for many. Now Einstein, bless his heart, was a committed pacifist, a man who abhorred war, who believed in the peaceful pursuit of knowledge. So naturally, he was hesitant. The idea of contributing even indirectly to something so destructive must have gone against his deepest convictions. But Szilard, along with fellow physicists Eugene Wigner and Edward Teller, these determined men, they didn't give up. They laid out the stark, undeniable reality for him. They explained with a chilling clarity that German scientists were not only on the same track, but they were frighteningly close to this very same discovery. The race, folks, was on. and the stakes couldn't be higher. So, on that pivotal day, August 2nd, 1939, Einstein, urged by a desperate Szilard, put his legendary signature on a letter. It was addressed directly to US President Franklin D. Roosevelt. It wasn't a long letter, maybe just a page or two, unassuming in its physical form, but its words were heavy. They thrummed with the immense, terrifying weight of the future. It warned, in no uncertain terms, of extremely powerful bombs of a new type, and it subtly, urgently suggested that the United States should speed up experimental work in this area. It was a scientific warning, absolutely, but more profoundly, it was a desperate, almost pleading cry from the scientific community, an urgent plea to prevent a global catastrophe that no one could fully grasp yet. This letter, hand-carried to President Roosevelt by economist Alexander Sachs, didn't, by itself, instantly launch the behemoth we now know as the Manhattan Project. History is rarely that neat, is it? But what it did, unequivocally, was plant a crucial, undeniable seed. It made the US government, at its absolute highest levels, acutely aware of the mind-boggling potential and, yes, the utterly terrifying danger of nuclear fission. It was a defining moment, a dramatic collision where the pure abstract pursuit of science suddenly slammed head-on into the urgent, gritty realities of geopolitics. It forced some of the most brilliant minds on the planet to confront the deepest, most agonizing moral implications of their own groundbreaking discoveries. And honestly, doesn't it just strike you how powerful that is? It's a profound, almost humbling reminder that knowledge, while incredibly liberating and empowering, also carries an immense, crushing weight of responsibility. When faced with a potential nightmare of such unimaginable proportions, these scientists, these very human beings, they didn't just bury their heads in the sand. They didn't shrink away. No, they spoke up, they warned, they acted. And in doing so, they arguably nudged the entire course of human history onto a profoundly different path. Doesn't it just make you pause and wonder, truly deeply wonder, if these scientists hadn't found the courage to speak up, to ring that alarm bell, how drastically, terrifyingly different would our world be today? What other sleeping giants of scientific discovery do you think are out there waiting to be fully understood that humanity needs to approach with extreme caution, with incredible foresight, and with a deep sense of responsibility? If this journey through history's scientific crossroads, this little crack in time sparked even a flicker of curiosity in your mind, then please take a second. Hit that like button, share this story with someone else who loves a good historical turning point, someone who appreciates the hidden moments that shaped our world. And hey, if you're as fascinated by these human stories woven into the weird and wonderful complexities of our universe as I am, make sure to subscribe for more deep dives. Stay curious, folks.
Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more history daily.